Hi guys, this is SDJR7F88 speaking with a look at a new project. Now, as I mentioned at the end of the last Compton Martin update, I said there's a bit of a surprise coming, and basically it was I gave you a few clues with a few items, and I'm sure many of you figured out what was happening. But yes, I was going to build like a micro layout. Well, it's a bit of a giveaway now because it's in the title, but anyway, it's a micro layout. Reason for a micro layout, well, one, all the spare materials, and two, Compton Martin is an amazing layout sort of thing, but like I said, as it says in the title, it is designed as an exhibition layout. But for a first exhibition layout, it is, I went a bit over the top, if you know what I mean. Not like over the top as in, detail wise, because, I'm really pleased with it, but I mean over the top size wise. I mean, I got so carried away. I mean, the fill yard's too short, and and it's just a massive board. This is no way going to fit in a car. So when I get driving, this wouldn't fit in the car with me. I have to like borrow a van or something to put it in. So it will be going to exhibitions, hopefully, don't worry. But what I'm saying is, most of the time, it's just going to be too big to carry about. So I thought, quite a few of you, I started making like micro layouts, and I obviously had all these bits of track left over and bits of scenery. I thought, well, why don't I build a micro layout to see what it's like taking a layout to an exhibition. That way I get a bit of experience on actually taking a layout to an exhibition, because I hadn't even taken a layout to an exhibition yet. So that means, I thought, build like a little practice layout, and much smaller, much easier to carry on than Compton Martin, easier to store, fits in nearly every single vehicle, even a smart car. It's like, it's like silly like that. Not as if I want to get a smart car. But anyway, so I thought, well, I'll build a micro layout with the leftover materials, and here it is. Now, I haven't got a name for it yet, but it's gonna be something key, because, as I mentioned about the water effect, this is going to be a dockside layout. Now, as you can see, it's just two basic sidings. There's a pair of points there, and then there's the fiddle yard. It is, I'm sorry, it's in the loft, but I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing. But it is not much more than a metre long. I don't think. Well, I haven't measured it, but it's not much more than a metre long. As you can see there. That is an old bookshelf, which I mentioned that I salvaged, which is going to be thrown out. And then that's another half of the shelf, which has been cut up there, and it's been, the end bits have been chopped off. In fact, they're there. They're going to be used for helping me create part of the cobble effect. But basically a bit board there, and then obviously it's been used for the back scene there. On the back of the bookshelf, whatever it was, had a bit of thin stuff, which is going to be used for the back scene. I haven't attached the back scene yet, because I'm going to attach that when I've got a actual back scene to attach to it. Like a dock side scene or something, like one of the Pico ones. And also it's going to be the same down the end there, and as with on the end there, but I'm going to add that all at a later date. Now, this is going to be a quite, I'm not going to spend as much time on Compton Martin as it, because it's going to be quite basic. By basic, I mean it's it's going to be very highly detailed. It's hopefully going to be to the same standard as Compton Martin detail wise, but what I mean is it's not as complicated as Compton Martin. As you can see, Compton Martin's got cobbles, ballast, grass, station building, tarmac, roads, bridges, everything. Basically, this is all going to be two things. Oh, and water. This thing is just going to be two things. Cobbles, this whole lot is going to be cobbled, and water. Reason for this is because, one, I just love the cobbled effect. It is just amazing, and obviously I wanted to include this, but I got it from Chris Navard, so I can't take credit for inventing this. It's obviously Chris Navard invented this, but his layout was of a quay, like a dock, and I've always liked dockside layouts. But the thing is, you need industrial engines and stuff for them, and I just wanted to use this on a goods yard sort of thing because I really like the effect. But since Electrotran and Jouf have released all these quirky little French engines which look like industrial engines, as you know, like Flash, and obviously got a few shunters and little tank engines, I thought, well, why don't I actually build a dockside layout? So, well, here, this is it. This is going to be the result. But many people commented on Compton Martin way back. I'm not sure if you're still watching this, but I hope you are. But you really want to see a tutorial on how I did this. So with this layout, I'm going to show you how to create cobbles. I'm going to do a tutorial as I go with this. I'm not sure how long the tutorial is going to take. It may be maybe up in 1 or 2 weeks after this video. I don't know, depending on how long it takes to do the cobbles. But as you can guess, I can't do anything else to the layout until the cobbles are down. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I've done it. Now, nearly everything on this layout is, I have got this. It's all recycled stuff from Compton Martin, or bookshelves and stuff in this case. Like I said, bookshelf, track, most of the track. In fact, all the straights. I have had to buy 2 bits of track. One is that pair of points, which I mentioned to someone. That's what I bought at Railways, a pair of Pico points, because Flash doesn't like Hornby points, which are used all on Compton Martin, sadly. She will go over most of them on Compton Martin, except for that one there, but I'm hopefully going to try to figure that out. Why? It's because you can see the plastic bit there, sorry, there, that is about a third of the length as the Hornby one, which is there. As you can see, it's a stupid length, and you can see why Flash gets stuck on it. And obviously, I'm probably going to have to rip up those points on Compton Martin at some point and replace them, sadly, which is quite annoying because it's the ballast for that is in very low supply because they changed the type. So, oh, irony. But anyway, I wasn't going to get it wrong this time. So I got the Pico ones first time round. They're slightly more expensive, but they work for all engines and they're such better quality than the Hornby ones. Other things I have bought for this layout is the buildings, because obviously I don't have any dock buildings. But these are the only things that I'm buying. All the stock and the scenery I've already got. It's just the buildings and this 2 bits of track. These 2 bits of track, sorry. Now, right, what have I done so far? Well, I've laid the track. As you see, I have lots of spare underlay. All of that is underlaid on Compton Martin, so I've done the same here because it works really well. Gives it a bit more height. The reason for this is, obviously all the cobbles are going to go, as you can see here, there's quite a thickness of clay sort of thing, so this is obviously on underlay under there, so this is going to be all raised up by about 1 centimetre from the key edge, which is where the water's to, so this will be 1 centimetre higher, and it'll go flat right up to just about a couple of, really just below, about 0.5 millimetre below the rail head, so the engine's width to rail on the cobbles, obviously. Like on Compton Martin, because as you can see the rails are slightly higher than the cobbles, which means it allows the trains to run, obviously. So yeah, so that would be raised. I'm going to use these offcuts here. So I'm pressing them up against the edge in the water, and then I'll mould the clay so it's perfectly flat. Hopefully, I'm not sure if I'll show this bit in the tutorial because I'm not sure everybody has the cobbles on the dock side, but they want to do it on the just goods yards like Compton Martin. But yeah, that's going to keep it a flat edge, and then I'm going to line it with the same paper that I've used to line the platform, as I got loads of that, and that will be used all along here. Then I'm going to create the sea on this bit of water, for this bit here, which will be water. It'll be painted a dark brown, really dark muddy brown, as the water around the Bristol area is very, very murky. That's nothing. I've been inspired by the dock railway at Bristol Docks and Gloucester Docks, because they have this sort of like railway there. And I've always wanted to have a little dock railway. So yeah, that's where the water's going to go. I've then going to have little bits where harvesting points for boats, and yeah, and the rest is obviously the buildings, which I should have mentioned a bit of a while ago. I lose track of things. But anyway, this kit was office and boiler room kit by Metcalf. It was a flat pack kit, obviously, card kit. That's the office building here, and we've got a gatehouse. You can see the gates in there, and it comes with this little interconnecting building which you can use to connect the two together. But so I wanted to keep them separately. And then this is the boiler house with a steam engine. Reason for this, and it's got a beautiful chimney. Reason for this is to cover up obviously the back scene there. There will be a bit of a back scene there, but to cover up where the fiddle yard's to. Now it looks quite tight in there. Obviously the buildings will be higher because obviously they're going to be sitting on top of the cobble, so they'll be level, with the rails. So there. But they're just sitting there just to give you a rough idea where they're going to be located to at the moment. Trains can make it around that corner, even the largest of coaches can, but it looks quite tight and narrow. And obviously with these stock railways, they were very tight and narrow. But yeah, obviously the engines will get through it. Flash will hopefully get through there, no problem. You can see the pair of points there. The pair of points is halfway through the wall, as you can see. Reason for this, obviously the whole lot is going to be, whoops, not the chimney here. The whole lot's going to be cobbled, so you can't, sorry, I'm going to move that out of the way, or I was going to keep on damaging it, because it's got a beautiful tall chimney. Basically, you don't want to get any clay in the mechanism, which is here, because obviously, if something goes into focus, you don't want to jam up the points. So, I'm going to cobble it right up to about where my fingers vanish through, there, sort of thing, when the mechanism starts. So that way, it will give the effect that the points are cobbled like they would be in real life, but, you know, it's because it is like that in real life, but the thing is, obviously, being a model railway, it's so much smaller, it's going to be so much more fiddlier, and the chances are I'm going to get it wrong and ruin this pair of points. The second reason for using the points here is so I can actually switch the pair of points here without having to lean over onto the track, you hand of God, sort of moving the points. And, but yeah, and also, the third reason for that is also it gives me more length for the sidings, which means more stock can be added. It's been designed to hold a loco and maybe 3-4 wagons, which is for the fiddle yard, which is the perfect length for, you know, well, the perfect sort of range of stock which is going to be used on the layout. So yeah, that's where the points are going. Obviously the track's going to be fiddled about in there, that's just a power track. I'm just going to test it, just to make sure Flash goes on the track before I start the tutorial on cobbling, because otherwise, that's one thing you got to do when cobbling. Make sure you test the track before you put clay on it, or otherwise, if the track doesn't work, you'll have to rip up all your hard work along with the clay, which is probably going to be set hard and glued to the track, just to replace a bit of track and then start all over again, and all the materials be wasted. So it's best to test your track before you start. Anyway, back to the buildings for a third time. This is just 3 of the buildings that are going to feature. The second building, which is obviously going to fill up this massive gap here, which is where the back scene is going to be too, is a beautiful Metcalf warehouse kit. There it is. It is a low relief kit, but it can be built as a large kit. There it is built as the normal standing kit. And there it is as the, well, it's not that one there, it's a bit of a different, there's a few designs you could build it. But it's going to be built to the design as it is on the front, a low relief building, which means it's going to be the same width as this building here. And it should stand there, sort of thing. It probably won't go up to as far as that building, but I'm thinking of putting a gate there for trucks to come through, as well as the gate there, sort of thing. Again, it's going to be standing on top of the cobble, so it's going to be level, as with all of these buildings, because obviously they're much lower than the track at the moment, because there's nothing for it to stand on. So yeah, but yeah, that's the little introduction to this project. I hope you enjoy it. This layout will be going to exhibitions. I have designed it definitely with the exhibition in mind. Rather than going head first into Compton Martin like I did, going over the top of all the detail, because I really wanted to, as you can tell from my main layout, I never went into detail with it, and I really went into detail on Compton Martin, but totally lost the whole point of exhibition designs and stuff. It will be going to exhibitions, of course, but it will obviously need a lot of thought will need to be put in when taking it, due to the size of it, travelling with it and stuff. Well, this one I could just put in the boot of the car with a box of stock, and it's all there, all one piece, easily lift. Obviously I'm not going to lift it with one hand, or otherwise I'm going to end up dropping it, but it's quite light, and easy to carry in one go. No splitting, no messing about joining it up, no problems with it standing. That's another thing. I haven't designed any legs for it because it's going to be called, micro layouts. In this one in particular, it's going to be nicknamed. Some of them get nicknames like ironing board layouts. I finally got it in the end. Ironing board layouts. And basically, it's going to sit on. I'm going to take an ironing board with me, which again is quite easy to fit in most cars. If you've got no one in the back, that is. So yeah, I'm going to put an ironing board in, and it will sit on top of an ironing board, or if they have tables there, it'll just sit on top of a table, so no problem there. But yeah, hope you like this little introduction to the project. As I said, there will be tutorials on how to do certain things on there. Hopefully the main tutorial that will probably most likely be on there will be the cobble tutorial, definitely, because loads of people have asked me about it. I really want to show you how to do it. And yeah, so basically I'll do a little step-by-step tutorial on how to build up the cobbles, work it in with the track, to how to work it in so the trains actually run on it. And yeah, then hopefully this will be seen at an exhibition soon. So I hope you like this little first introduction to the project. Sorry if I've lost track, you know, I've so much to get through and I've probably forgotten a few things to mention about it, but I'm sure I'll remember them next update. That's nothing. Updates. There, I've remembered one more. Obviously there'll be the Compton Martin update every week, hopefully. Not as much will be happening to it as normal. The reason for this is because there is a potential that this could be ready for a certain exhibition. I'm not going to give away the name just yet, because I'm probably going to jinx it and everybody's going to oh yeah, I can't wait to see you there, sort of thing, and I'm going to say, look, it's not ready, or I can't make it. So I'm going to, you know, let's just say it's only a few weeks away. Let's just say that. It's only a few weeks away, so if I could get this finished by then, which is about 4 weeks, I reckon. If I get this finished in 4 weeks, it will definitely be going. Oh, and that's also if I get travel, that is, to get there, because I can't drive yet, which is a shameful. I am learning, but not at the moment. And then there's, of course, the matter of getting the car and running it. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, there'll be a, I'm sure on the Sunday there'll be the Compton Martin update. Maybe it might be a conjoined update, I don't know. Tell me what you think. Should I do separate updates for both? Should I do like a Compton Martin update, because everybody loves Compton Martin sort of thing, well, the feedback I've been getting on my videos sort of thing, and like say do an update on Compton Martin, then 2 days later do an update on this one to show what's happening. And if I haven't done anything to Compton Martin, because it's at a fiddly stage at the moment, because I have to spend, you know, quite a long time, you know, preparing those on a different tin and waiting for them 2 or 3 days for them to dry before I can actually peel them off and stick them on there, sort of thing. So tell me what you think on how I should do these updates on this pair. But I hope you enjoyed this little intro to the project again, and I hope you find the tutorials of help. So anyway, this has been SDJR88 speaking, and thanks for watching.